leases?
Good.
Okay. Because Denise and I, did you go back to the mill first?
No, why?
Because Denise and I were up in the office. I opened up this morning,
Yeah.
and she said, "Did John go to Mary Lisa's?" And I said,
But it's
no.
about Chester Meat Market?
Huh?
It's about Chester Meat Market?
No.
What?
It's about the folder of bills that she has on the side of her desk underneath.
I had the big folder of bills that's on top of the computer because that's where they're normally supposed to be.
She said, "No, I don't think he went because here's Mary Lisa's folder." Want me to show you where it was? Well, it doesn't matter, right? Unless, can you scan it?
No, I'm going to go back that way tomorrow, so I'll drop them off as well. There were a bunch of bills in the office or the back room that never got up there, which happens with John quite a bit.
Opened up today, 37 cents off.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Yeah. So I'm going to sit down at 3:30 with John and Denise and kind of go over a few things for them to think about. Number one was vacation time. You could take 2 weekends a year, preferably not during the busiest times. You know, do it.
This one was
Can
a
we-
last minute thing. Okay.
Can you just listen and not?
Yeah, preferably. Okay.
No, not preferably. It's at other places they don't give their chefs vacations, or they dictate where they are. That's the food business. So try to limit this to, you know, February, March, or the summertime when we're slower. Because he's spread it out. He's vacation or taking vacation time 3 weekends. You know, the one thing up in Maine, he went for a week. But I want to start to think about, okay, the one consistent issue we have with customers and staff is getting food out. So think about strategies from that from a processing standpoint, communication, plating, and what we're putting on the plates.
In addition to communication with the waitresses,
Not
right?
done.
Is this not okay?
Not done.
Okay. You made it sound like the 3 things. Okay. This is really good.
Processing. So that's the process side of it. The other part is communication. What responsibility does the kitchen have to tell the staff, and how do they tell the staff? So think about that. Okay. Secondly, what's the staff's responsibility to tell the kitchen? So that's communication. And then methodology. Do we hold tables back? When do we hold them back? Who makes that call?
Payrolls.
Payrolls.
You just said, do we hold payrolls back?
Tables.
Oh, you said payrolls.
I said tables.
Okay.
I'm talking, you hear things differently.
Yeah, they've got to think a little.
So, again, but
Yeah.
it's you can't if you just leave it open, if you don't give them clear instructions, who, how, what's responsible, what the methodology is.
And there's no, yeah, I
Okay,
agree.
but if
Okay.
so you have a plan, you put this up to the staff, and okay, then the other thing I want to put down there, okay, here's the methodology if you have an issue. You know, here's the instructions.
Concern?
No,
What do you mean
here's the hard and fast rule. You got something going, unless it's an emergency. Suck it up, deal with it. Do not bother Denise that day. If you find
Does John bother Denise?
everybody does.
Yeah, but you're talking to John and Denise right now.
But no, this is what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to put again rules and process in place.
Okay. So when you're talking to John today, you're going to say,
This is about how
you're a manager, you're in charge of the kitchen, so this is why we're talking about all this with you. I mean, his input is probably
No, what I'm going to say is it's very unfair to Denise right now, and he knows this because he, you know, but it's not your job to get upset with people when it happens. Let Denise get upset with them, and we'll put places. Let Denise do the corrective action because if you show emotion, if you get dismissive because somebody did that, you become the target. Let Denise handle it. She's got big shoulders. And vice versa. If you have an issue, if you have something, table it. Get through the night. Do not accelerate. He's gotten very good at this. He doesn't accelerate situations.
So you're not talking at him now.
Can you let me finish?
Yeah.
He's gotten very good at not pouring gasoline when people get on that. So that's appreciated. We've got to get other people up to that level as too. So, you know, part of this is just for you to, it's a nuance for you to kind of, you know, think of it process-wise, and we're going to give you kind of the methodology to point to the process, you know, so it's written down, so it's understood. So you're not saying it as an opinion; you're saying it has. That's guys, you know how we're running the kitchen. You know how we're communicating. You know our methodology. It makes things run smoother. You can point to policy and point to the way we're supposed to run this business rather than, what the hell you doing? Or, and the other thing is to set up in the kitchen.
So you're not reprimanding him in
Not
this
at all.
meeting, okay? That's what it sounds like when you're telling me. It sounds more.
Because you're hypersensitive and you take things that way. You think about all the negative rather than where I'm trying to get.
Well, you just kind of sound like you're pointing fingers at him in the way
No.
you're explaining it. Go ahead.
And so the other thing, the real thing I want him to think of from the kitchen side is, okay,